American voter, there are two winners and seven losers. The two winners are Biden and the CCP. Seven losers are the United States, the citizens of China, Hong Kong, Vietnam, India, the Philippines, and Australia. The American people don't understand the ramifications of Biden's election. Like, thus, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm now in favor. I'm now in favor of a Jim Crow era litmus test because American citizens truly don't understand politics, most certainly not geopolitics. But you guys will learn. I've seen a convocation of you in the streets partying, smoking weed, popping bottles, and all kind of silly shit. And all of a sudden, COVID-19 wasn't an issue. You don't realize what huh your you don't understand your part in the sham of this election. Not only set a dangerous civil president, but also you handed the country's sovereignty to a globalist, the likes of Biden and Harris. You, the suckers, with your acceptance, gave the government a roadmap to truly decide future U.S. presidents. See, the favorable party can simply, in tandem with the fourth branch of government, apply the wrap-up smear. To have you schmucks hate whomever they want you to hate. You schmucks really believe that you, the American citizen, voted in who you all wanted. But I'm telling you, you guys, you didn't. You all were conditioned like Pavlov's dogs. They told you who to hate and you hated them. They told you who to love and you loved them. With Biden's presidency, American national security will be in jeopardy. Taiwan could potentially go to war with China. The CCP will mitigate Hong Kong sovereignty before Kamala Harris applies the 25th Amendment to become the first female president. Because I'm sure that's just coming right down the pipe. I'm positive. And it's going to come down the pipe with the help of media. In the book on restricted warfare, the CCP opines that America is China's chief geopolitical adversary, who they would love nothing more than weakening the country's global position. Therefore, excuse me, therefore, the election between Trump and Biden was intensely viewed by Asian regional countries, China, Taiwan, the jour country, Hong Kong. Um, the people The people of China were excited, yet at the same time they were nervous. They knew if Biden won, it would be a win for the CCP because of Biden's and Xi Jinping's friendship and Hunter's provisional dealing with the CCP. Contrary wise, the latter is the very purpose why the CCP wanted Biden to win. So, the Chinese Communist Party knows that a Biden presidency would mean that China would be given carte blanche to go back on their word to Hong Kong, whilst Trump presidency would, to an extent, remedy Chinese terrorism from the Chinese government. Unfortunately, the citizenry of China are now preparing to to possibly become the victims of war crimes by the CCP. Additionally, likened to Hunter, uh, Joe Biden will unconstitutionally act in China's approbation. Furthermore, furthermore, a Biden presidency will undo American pressure that was curtailing China's reign of terror in the global theater. Now, I told you before. I told you before. Joe Biden is undeniably a fucking buffoon. Told you this. And this is why the CCP is chomping at the bit for a Trump loss, because Biden has a price, much like his son, much like the rest of his family. Additionally, under the Obama and Biden administration, here the two, the country was on the nape of war with North Korea. Kim Jong Un's nuclear capability made North Korea's comportment unpredictable. However, knowing Biden's stance on going to war with North Korea in the past, it is not a matter of if, but when will America go to war with North Korea? Essentially, under a Biden presidency, America will go to war with a nation that is, for the time, unnecessary. Furthermore, the nation that will be hurt the most by this will be South Korea. If they remain pro-America. Additionally, another nation that will be victims of Biden's presidency is Australia. I'm gonna tell you as why. Because the Biden Sino relations um that China and Biden has will, with no interference, go after the nation to make a geopolitical example of states that refuse to be a part of the One Belt One Road initiative. And they ain't forgot that Australia told them to go fuck themselves. Especially, especially they want people to be a part of that. Especially with a good political position like Australia has, much like the Chinese citizenry. Australia knows full well that that a Biden win is a win for the CCP, and that China will be emboldened to apply hard power. What is troubling? What is troubling to Asian nations like Taiwan, Vietnam, India, Philippines is the very real danger that they forecast from a Biden presidency, and that is the South China Sea will go back into the hands of China. CCP will regain the passageway for half of the world's merchant shipping ports and one-third of oil and gas. The CCP is aware that whoever controls these waters controls the access between Europe, Middle East, South Asia, and the Pacific. The government of China, the government of China is strategically positioning itself to eventually flank attack America in all waterways, and they would use Biden to make unrestricted warfare verisimilitude, which they will. See, Biden think that they're his friend, but they're not. People, all these Asian nations looking at us like, what the hell is wrong with these people? We're voting this fool in. But anyway, knowing all of this, Hong Kong will be the most affected by Biden's presidency. See, CCP has not forgotten Hong Kong's activists desecrating China's flag in 19. I mean, in 2019. The Chinese government will, with less American interference, quell Hong Kong's sovereignty, force and forcefully impose mainland laws to Hong Kong. Furthermore, you schmucks. Furthermore, sorry, mainland China will apply martial law on Hong Kong, and like Falun Gong activists were brutally killed and imprisoned. Uh, Hong Kong citizens unwilling to capitulate uh, with mainland laws will suffer the same as or a greater fate than Falun Gong enthusiasts. Many of them are dead because you know Chinese government they ain't like that shit. They ain't like that shit. Thus, thus, in sum, I know you schmucks are out singing "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead," having parties and honking your horns, believing that everything is sunshine and angel piss. However, just remember, as you cry for loved ones when war comes, and it will come, Trump softened. Trump softened tumultuous relationships with nations without firing a single shot. As you are in the streets celebrating, you schmucks better prepare yourselves for America to take a big loss on the geopolitical scale, and nations cutting ties with us while we become weak. Uh, a globalist like Biden will indubitably affect American national security for his own benefit, him and his family's own benefit, because he, like all globalists, wants a one world government Additionally, America will go to war, possibly with North Korea, because Biden is looking to make to Biden is looking to make something out of his long nothing political career. So he Biden has no choice but to find a war to solidify his presidency as a war president. However, after he ruins the country, Kamala will use the 25th Amendment to become the U.S. president. She will she will display Biden's notable gaffes, his national security risk activities, and with the help of the media, she will showcase Joe and Hunter Biden's corruption. That that that's it. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Uh, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell while you're at it. Well, that's it. That's all, folks. You schmucks.